And now people are finally coming around to see, well, okay, maybe the largest, thing that funds terrorism and drug dealing is the US dollar, not crypto. And maybe, as Larry Fink just said on television, think about this. One of the most powerful people in the world, right? Runs the largest asset manager in the world, got on TV and said, yes, this is an asset that's here to stay. And you probably need to have some to protect your wealth against the devaluation of the currency. Just let that hang in the air for a second, right? I mean, that's a big deal. That is a really big deal. So we went from being ostracized, pariahs, Beanie Baby, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorists, to, wow, yeah, this is a way to protect your wealth from the ravages of devaluation. It's pretty cool.
Bitcoin has crossed the event horizon, and over the next 12 months, beginning with the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States, we will see an avalanche of institutional money come from institutions, is the message out from Mark Yusko. Mark Yusko is the renowned founder and chief investment officer of Morgan Creek Capital Management, which has over $1 billion under management. In his latest interview, he broke down all of the recent developments for Bitcoin and why BlackRock's Larry Fink coming out on national television and endorsing Bitcoin is such a huge moment for the space. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where Yusko breaks down the state of the altcoin market and what he's invested in and looking to invest in the future. Also guys, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto world, I send out a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter that covers expert predictions, on-chain data breakdowns, and breaking news, all for free. Click the first link in the description, enter your email, and join over 5,000 others to become a better crypto investor right now. Now here's Mark Yusko with his crypto outlook.
Is all debt. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. What I mean by that is there's only one money in the world: gold. What is money? Money is an asset that exists in the absence of a liability. Okay? The only thing that meets that criteria is gold. Now, you could say silver and platinum, but essentially gold is what custom and precedent has established for 5,000 years as money. And gold is at the base layer of all the other stuff that we think of as money, but is not money. It's currency. Currency is backed by debt. It's an asset that is backed by a liability. And governments create that currency by fiat out of thin air, backed by more debt. And we now have this debt Ponzi globally that we've built up because of some monks from Portugal from 900 years ago. I like to go on to spaces. And I'll go to a Bitcoin space and get out of here, you shitcoiner. Dude, I own more Bitcoin than you do. Shut up. And they're like, but you own Ethereum and you own Solana. I'm like, yeah, I do. I made a lot of money on both of them. So I'm really happy about that. And I mean, more for our clients than me personally, but then I'll go to an Ethereum space and they'll be like, get out of here, you maxi. Again, I own more Ethereum than you. So I don't get the toxic maximalism of either side, or all sides. I just don't get it. I am a technology maximalist. That's what I am. And I believe that blockchain is the technological innovation. I believe it is the operating system for the internet of value that we are creating, the truth net, as I call it, where we're replacing trust with truth. And I think Bitcoin is the first manifestation of that. And I'm really in between three mental models, Darren, and I haven't decided which really defines me, but I guess by my actions, I probably lean more toward the second, but I'll explain. I think about the internet, right? The internet started in the 60s and 70s and into the 80s and didn't really emerge until 1991. And it took all that time to go from 80 protocols to basically 5. Today, there are 5 protocols that we use every day. You and I are using TCP/IP right now. That's the base layer of the internet. It allows things like voice over IP, etc. Then there's FTP that allows files to transfer back and forth. So after we, record this, there's this big giant file, and to send it across the internet, we need FTP. Then we got www that ties everything together at the tippy top. And then we got HTTP for websites and SMTP for email. So those 5 protocols basically run it. There's a couple others, but basically that's it. So if I use the mental model that was Web 1 and Web 2, and Web 3 is just the new iteration of that, then Bitcoin replaces TCP/IP as the base layer. Filecoin replaces FTP as the file management and storage protocol. And then www is kind of like Ethereum. It's like a toolkit to make other stuff. The place I get stuck with this model is SMTP, HTTP. Is it Polkadot? Is it Cosmos? Is it Avalanche? Is it Solana? None of them are really perfect as a match, so it doesn't really map. But that's pretty close. Bitcoin, Filecoin, Ethereum, and maybe it's 3 instead of 5, but that kind of works. Then there's the maxis, right? You say, no, one chain to rule all chains, only Bitcoin, then Lightning, then an L3, then an L4, everything else is, inferior. I will lean that way, in that I believe proof of work is way better than proof of stake. That's just me personally. It solves the double spend problem better. It's not corruptible. I just think it's a better system. But I do not have everything in Bitcoin. So I probably lean more toward one, even though I can see a world where Bitcoin is the base layer, Lightning is the L2, and there's L3s and 4s that look like Visa and MasterCard. Basically we got Fedwire at the bottom, then we got ACH, then we got Visa and MasterCard and other things. And I kind of see that. But then there's this third mental model that says, no. There's going to be a bunch of L1s. There's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum and, Cardano and Litecoin and all these L1s. And then we're going to have bridges across, and we'll have a world of multiple networks. It's elegant. I like it. But there's too many attack vectors. I think the bridges aren't secure enough, and we've seen that the newest exploit with what it was, Maker or something. Curve. And I just don't think you can have a system where there are enough to attack, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin blockchain, been running for 14 years. It's never been hacked. It's never been broken. It's never had a fraudulent transaction. Not one. That's awesome. I mean, that's the most secure, most powerful computing network in the history of the world. So arguably you want that as your base layer. So, I mean, it's hard for me to think that, like Solana has this problem. It's not 100% accurate. Fine. If I'm doing an NFT, no problem. If I got a little glitch in the corner, no big deal. Or if I'm playing games and there's a little lag, no big deal. If I'm doing accounting, have to have 100%. Can't have 99.99999. Just can't have it. So yes, it's faster. Yes, it's cheaper, but it's not perfect. It's like the old adage, when you're building a house, good, fast, and cheap, pick 2. You can have it good and fast, but it won't be cheap. You can have it cheap and fast, but it won't be good. And you can have it fast and good, but it won't be cheap. You can only have 2. And in computing, it's worse than that. You can have fast or secure. That's it. And if you're fast, you won't be secure. If you're secure, you won't be fast. And Bitcoin picked secure. Other things picked fast. I like secure.
So there's Mark Yusko on why Bitcoin has crossed the event horizon. It's evident that the crypto landscape is undergoing a significant transformation, with institutional money stepping in and Bitcoin gaining the endorsement of industry giants. The fact that Larry Fink, the CEO of the world's largest and arguably most powerful institution in the world, came out to endorse Bitcoin is a huge moment. As the crypto world continues its meteoric rise, staying abreast of these shifts and developments becomes essential. For daily doses of expert analysis, trends, and news, ensure you're subscribed to my 5-minute crypto newsletter. Click the first link in the description and join a community that thrives on knowledge. Anyway guys, hope today's video provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.